Everybody, today we're going to talk about the protozoa. Protozoa is a unicellular and eukaryotic organism, and the meaning of protozoa would be the first animals. Morphology of protozoa. First of all, we're going to talk about the shape. There is no specific or certain shape or morphology for the protozoa. Most of the amoeba and paramecium develop two morphological forms. First of all is trophozoites, or the vegetative form. They have actively feeding stage. The second one is cyst, that has a stage of spreading and also survival. Cyst is dormant and environmentally resistant stage for spreading. Second thing that we can talk about the protozoa is the size. Protozoa is a unicellular organism, and vast majority of protozoa, they are microscopic. The present species of the protozoa have a size ranging from 1 micrometer to several millimeter. So again, I will repeat it. Present species of protozoa, they have a range of size from 1 micrometer to several millimeter. Parasites have sizes. As you said, they have different size. But the parasitic protists have size 2 to 5 micrometer, and they are located intracellularly. For example, if we're going to talk about, or if we're going to bring some example of the parasitic protists, we can talk about Toxoplasma, Plasmodium, and Leishmania. The second thing that we can talk about the parasite is the metabolism of them. The predator protozoa feed on the organism, like bacteria and smaller protozoa. So we can call them heterotrophic. We have also osmotrophy. They simply absorb solutes from their media, and some others are phagotrophy, that they ingest solid materials. Some other protozoas are photosynthetic. And what does photosynthetic means for protozoa? Means that protozoa can capture the energy of the sun and convert it to the chemical energy, i.e. autotrophic. Many protozoa aren't restricted to only one feeding mechanism, so we can call them mixotrophic, and they can utilize combination of feeding mechanisms. So the next thing that we're gonna talk about is the motility of protozoa. The motility of protozoa is not a universal feature for them because they have different mechanisms for that. But there is two important things that we should talk about that in this case of motility. First of all, we should know that the protozoa were distinguished from non-motile plants, and they were initially classified based to the mechanism of motility. But here we have a classification of protozoa based on their modes of movement. The protist class, the first one, is Sarcodina. Sarcodina has the motility mechanism of pseudopodia, or the amoeboid movement. We have also flagellates that move with flagella. Here we have very simple drawing of that. that these two are flagella. The third one is ciliates, that they have cilia. Here we also have a very simple, I'll again repeat, it's just a simple drawing so that you can just remember how it works. They have cilia. And the fourth one is sporozoa. They have a gliding movement. The other name of sporozoa is apicomplexa. The next part that we're going to talk about is some details about the flagella and cilia. Flagella and cilia are subcellular structures. Here you can see. They propel the protozoa through the fluid medium. Second, we're going to talk about the amoebas that are protozoa. Here we have them with sarcodina. They move by the pseudopodia. They're comprised of actin and myosin. Then we're going to talk about the sporozoa, or apicomplexa, that performs the gliding motility. They usually have intracellular forms and penetration to the host cell. The penetration to the host cell involves the gliding movement that is realized by the apical complex. The other name of the sporozoa, we said, what's that? Apicomplexa. The name is gotten from this apical complex located in the cytoplasm. Okay, then we are going to talk about the reproduction of sporozoa. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Reproduction of protozoa. Many protozoa have sexual reproduction, while they also can have sexual reproduction patterns. If we're going to talk about the asexual reproduction patterns in protozoa, we should talk about 3 different patterns that protozoa have: binary fission, budding, and multiple fission. We also call multiple fission as schizogony. As I said before, many protozoa exhibit also in sexual reproduction, like sporozoa. Sexual reproduction can involve copulation. And what's the meaning of copulation? Copulation means production and fusion of gametes. And we also can have conjugation. That's ciliates undergo conjugation. Conjugation is the process of reproduction where 2 individuals pair and directly exchange the genetic materials. But there is just a part that cannot be so important, but it's just better to know. Sometimes sexual reproduction is obligatory in steps of life cycle, whereas in other cases, organisms can also reproduce asexually. Occasional round of sexual